this challenge with us or promoting the opportunity and the challenge with us side by side. So I'm going to let Mike kind of talk about just closing up the meeting after the meeting, applications, things of that nature.
Thank you, James. I think I think you'll appreciate this point if you remember this. It's very simple. Is when you guys, one of the things is I agree with everything everybody said here. It's that process of, okay, we've got people in the room. Now you get scared when you have people in the room what to do. And I've learned to keep it so simple a third grader could do it. That's just the dumber I can stay, the better it works. It's typically how it goes for me. And I play the DVD and I do everything. But now here's the thing. How many of you guys would like to how many of you ever heard the objection, I don't know who to talk to? Just curious, okay? How many of you never figured out how to pick and choose who maybe the leaders were, people who wanted to do it? Okay? So typically what I do is after I play the DVD and we've had a lot of fun, is I have a little contest. I say, hey, who likes free stuff? Who doesn't like free stuff? Everybody likes free stuff. And I say, I got an idea. And what I had done earlier, what I do earlier, is I go to the dollar store and I buy a bunch of little tiny notepads, like those little tiny notepads and some pens. And when people come in, immediately when they walk in the door and I sit them down and I greet them, I hand these pens and papers out and I say, hey, if you'd like to take some notes, here's a pen and paper. That's not what the purpose is. The purpose is as soon as I'm done with this thing, after the video's talked about 1, 2, 3, except in Mexico, you can't say it like that. 1, 2, 3. I ask them, I say, hey, who wants free stuff? And everybody raises their hand. I said, I got an idea. Let's have a contest. And what I do is I ask everybody, I said, look, I'm going to have a contest. I'm going to give away, and I might pick, based on your budget, pick a couple products to give away. And I'll take 3 or 4 of the products, and I'll say, first place is going to get this. And what we're going to do is I want you to write down as many names, first and last names, you don't have to worry about phone numbers right now, of everybody you can think of that came to your mind when you watched that video. Who do you know wants to lose weight? Who do you know wants to maybe be a promoter? Who's athletic? Who's a coach? And everybody, I said, okay, everybody ready? And you get everybody shifting in their chairs and they grab these pens and paper. And all of a sudden I say, okay, and I pull my little iPhone out with the timer and I go. And everybody just starts immediately writing. And they're writing and they're writing and they're writing. And while they're writing, I'm saying, I'm feeding it. I'm feeding it. Who knows a teacher? Oh, like that. Think of everybody. And I'm just talking. I go, okay, you're 30 seconds in. Who's got 5 people? Everybody in the room will raise their hand after 30 seconds. They've got 5 names written down. And everybody's looking around. And if their name's not up, they speed it up. Last week, I had just a handful of people. We threw it together last minute for one of the presentations for somebody. And we had maybe 20 people there. And at the end, the 2 people that won had over 30 names written down in 2 minutes. Okay? And the rest of them had at least 10 to 20 names written down. We had generated, in a 2-minute period, I had generated over 500 leads. Okay? Now here's the best part of this. The best part is now I take the person who's won and I grab their sheet and I go, wow, congratulations. I edify what Brian did or whatever, who was in the room, that he just wrote that list. I give him some stuff. I give him, props. And at the same time, I said, look, do you think anybody on your list right there, 3 people you know would probably be interested, could write down in 2 names? And I just go over, in 2 minutes, you thought of that many people. Well, now the cool part is, and I'll close with this kind of, is when I said earlier, how'd you like to pick and choose who your leaders are and work in depth? Network marketing is about driving duplication in depth. Who do you think just wrote down 30 names in 2 minutes? The 2 people this weekend, this past Tuesday, wrote down 30 people. Guess who I went and talked to immediately afterwards and said, hey, apparently you got some contacts and stuff, and I built a bigger relationship. Both of them had parties this weekend and did the exact same thing and generated a few hundred leads just like that. So I don't have a close. Is they closed themselves because I showed them how easy it was to find people that would probably be interested in the challenge. I made it very duplicatable. This tool is absolutely outstanding. So I would hug somebody right now. I'm going weird about that tool, that DVD, because it's something people can do. People can think about it and they go, I can do what Mike just did. I can buy a dollar pad and hand it to somebody, and when they do it, they walk out of there. And the last thing I'd leave you with is people remember the experience above and beyond any facts or figures. And if you just make it a fun experience, throwing out shakes, I guarantee you if you look at the personalities up here, we're having fun while we're doing those things, and that's what people want most, first and foremost. And I think if you apply those, you're going to get some good results on them. So thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah.